All right. So here we have an entire recitation of the Princeton Review AP Physics C Exam AP Prep book, Proven Techniques to Help You Get a 5. And it also has two full-length tests that we may or may not do. We're just going to see how far we get in this book before we get absolutely bored out of our minds. So here we go. Let's go ahead and turn to page 1. Part 1. Using this book to improve your AP score. Preview your knowledge, your expectations. Your guide to using this book. How to begin. Preview your knowledge, your expectations. Your route to a high score on the AP Physics C exam will depend on how you plan to use this book. Please respond to the following questions. Rate your level of confidence about your knowledge of the content tested by the AP Physics C exam. A. Very confident. I know it all. B. I'm pretty confident, but there are topics for which I could use help. C. Not confident. I need quite a bit of support. Or D. I'm not sure. I would choose B, because that's a healthy place to be at this point in the year. 2. If you have a goal score in mind, circle your goal score for the AP Physics C exam. Let me get a pen so I can start to fill this out. Right. Alright, so I got a pen, so I'm going to go ahead and circle. Now, my ideology is aim for the stars. For if you aim for the stars and fall short, you land amongst them. So I'm going to aim for a 5. And if I fall short of a 5, 4 or 3, supplementable. Okay, 3. What do you expect to learn from this book? Circle all that apply to you. A general overview of the test and what to expect. B, strategies for how to approach the test. C, the content tested by this exam. Or D, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to choose the content tested by the exam because there are definitely a lot of things I don't really know yet. Alright, your guide to using this book. This book is organized to provide as much or as little support as you need, so you can use this book in whatever way will be most helpful for improving your score on the AP Physics C exam. The remainder of Part 1 will provide guidance on how to use the book and help you determine your strengths and weaknesses. Part 2 of this book contains your first practice test, along with the answers and explanations. Bubble sheets can be found in the very back of the book for easy tear out. This is where you should begin your test preparation in order to realistically determine your starting point right now, which question types you're ready for, and which you might need to practice, which content topics you are familiar with, and which you will want to carefully review. Note that the answer key for Practice Test 1 has been specifically designed to help you self-diagnose any potential areas of weakness so that you can best focus your test preparation and be efficient with your time. So I'm going to not go into the practice test first because I'm probably going to read this book twice. So I'm probably going to, the second time I go through the book, I'm going to take the practice test one and then go through the book and then do that. So you guys, I'm sparing you some extra pages that probably don't want read. Part 3 of this book will inform you about the structure, scoring, and content of the AP Physics C exam, help you make a study plan, point you toward additional resources. Part 4 of this book will explore various strategies including how to attack multiple choice questions, how to write high-scoring free response answers, how to manage your time to maximize the number of points available to you. Part 5 of this book covers the content you need to know for your exam. Part 6 of this book contains Practice Test 2, another diagnostic answer key and explanations. Again, bubble sheets can be found in the very back of the book for easy tear out. If you skip practice test 1, we recommend that you take both tests with at least a day or two between them so that you can compare your progress between them. Additionally, this will help to identify any external issues. If you get a certain type of question wrong both times, you probably need to review it. If you only got it wrong once, you may have run out of time or been distracted by something. In either case, this will allow you to focus on the factors that cause the discrepancy and to be as prepared as possible on the day of the test. You may choose to use some parts of this book over others, or you may work through the entire book. This will depend on your needs and how much time you have. Let's look at how to make this determination. How to begin. Take practice test 1. Before you can decide how to use this book, you need... Sorry, I lost connection there, so I'll start back at where I just started reading. Take practice test 1. Before you can decide how to use this book, you need to take a practice test. Doing so will give you insight into your strengths and weaknesses, and the test will also make you an effective study plan. If you're feeling test phobic, remind yourself that a practice test is a tool for diagnosing yourself. It's not how well you do that matters, but how you use information gleaned from your performance to guide your preparation. So, before you read further, take practice test 1 starting on page 9 of this book. Be sure to do so in one sitting, following the instructions that appear before the test. Check your answers. Using the answer key on page 38, count how many multiple choice questions you got right and how many you missed. Don't worry about the explanations for now. Don't worry about why you missed questions. We'll get to that soon. 3. Reflect on the test. After you take your first test, respond to the following questions. How much time did you spend on the multiple choice questions? How much time did you spend on each free response question? How many multiple choice questions did you miss? Did you feel you had the knowledge to address the subject matter of the free response questions? Do you feel you wrote well-organized, thoughtful free responses? 4. Read part 3 of this book and complete the self-evaluation. Part 3 will provide information on how the test is structured and scored. It will also set out areas of content that are tested. As you read Part 3, reevaluate your answers to the questions above. At the end of Part 3, you will revisit the questions on the previous page and refine your answers to them. Use the diagnostic answer key to identify the content chapters of this book in which you missed in those questions, as that may present you with a good place to begin your review. Make a study plan based on your needs and time available. That will help you to use this book most effectively. 5. Engage with parts 4 and 5 as needed. Notice the word engage. You'll get more out of this book if you use it intentionally than if you read it passively, hoping for an improved score through osmosis. Strategy chapters will help you think about your approach to the question types on this exam. Part 4 will open with a reminder to think about how you approach questions now and close with a reflection section asking you to think about how/whether you will change your approach in the future. Content chapters are designed to provide a review of the content tested on the AP Physics C exam, including the level of detail you need to know in how the content is tested. You will have the opportunity to assess your mastery of the content of each chapter through test-appropriate questions and a reflection section. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to leave you real quick because I have some visitors over and I have to say hello, but I will be back in a little while, so please